Hi Aquarius, welcome to your May 2024 energy reading. My name is Kimberly from The Path Illuminated. If you are returning, thank you for your support. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Hope you are doing well, Aquarius. As I'm recording your reading, we are still in the middle of Taurus season. We did come out of Mercury retrograde, thank the Lord. April's been a really intense month, although Mercury stationed direct on the 25th, and it will be in its post-shadow phase for 2 weeks after that. And for me, the shadow phases can typically be fairly chaotic, more with like technology and communications issues. So I've been having a lot of tech issues. So in any event, I'm looking forward to seeing what May is all about as we are moving through Taurus season and into Gemini season. Gemini season starts on the 20th, but let's get going. Thank you, angel spirits and guides. Please help me in pulling the most relevant messages for Aquarius at this time. Whoa, that was quick. Okay, first 4 cards out here. Let's start with the first one, Knight of Cups. So this is a card of action. Then all of the knights in the tarot are cards of action. And this is about following your heart, following your instincts, following your intuition, following where you are being led, pulled, and guided. I feel like as we are moving out of the retrograde into May, that maybe this has been a really activating time for you, Aquarius, where you've started to gain some clarity about where your heart is, how you feel, how you want to feel. And how you want to move forward. And it might be slightly different than you're used to. So Aquarius, you are an air sign, but you are the water bearer. So what does that mean? That means that, yes, you're intellectual. Yes, you can be detached emotionally, but you do have access to a deep level of emotions and intuition when you want to, right? And it also speaks to the fact that you are actually a very intuitive sign. So maybe the month of April has been sort of a crash course, I'm hearing, in you learning how to better follow your heart, your passions, your desires, your intuition. And this may be a skill that you are learning how to exercise more as we're moving through May. Now, this Knight of Cups is on its way towards a King of Coins. So I do feel like whatever you're pursuing, whatever you're taking action towards, it has to do with stability in your 3D reality. Maybe this has to do with a business venture, a new business opportunity, starting a new business, taking on a leadership role at your current job, or taking on a new role at a different company where you're going to be in more of a leadership position. And with the sands of time above this King of Coins head, I feel like you actually have a lot of experience, right? You have a lot of experience, life experience, work experience that I feel people see you as this King of Coins. Now, it's important for me to remind y'all that there's no gender in tarot. This is just an energy that you're showing up in, Aquarius. But this is telling me that people perceive you as a leader. They perceive you as being very wise, mature, grounded, stable, reliable, that you consistently show up when you say you will. And when it comes to your stability and your money, and the commitments that you make, that you actually do honor them. So I feel like there is this new sort of connection between you following your heart and bringing in more stability and maybe elevating the way that people perceive you, because it is a very powerful place to be, right? Where you're able to balance your heart and your responsibilities, because sometimes those can be in a bit of misalignment, right? There are plenty of times, I am sure, Aquarius, where you felt like you've had to set your feelings aside, set your heart aside, and just get down to business. But I feel like you are learning how to lead with your heart and to take advantage of maybe some wisdom, some leadership skills, some life experience that actually gives you an edge up, gives you a leg up in pursuing this opportunity. Again, whether this is starting a new business, starting a new job, starting a new side hustle, you're following your heart, but I'm seeing a lot of stability behind you that you have built over many, many years. And I am also getting that you have a very good reputation that's going to, like everything that you've done in the past, it's going to guide you and aid you in learning how to make decisions that are more heart-based, that are more intuition-based. Again, flexing that new muscle that's always been there because you are an intuitive sign. And then I see 4 of Coins here, which in this deck, I really like this. It can be a slightly different interpretation in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. But in this deck, which is the Earth Magic Tarot, for me, this is being a good steward of what you have. Being a good steward of the money you have, the stability you have, the responsibilities you have, and learning how to multiply and garner more from what you already have. Again, with this King of Coins, it's like if you have savings, you are budgeting well, you are making the right decisions with regard to how you spend your money, how you save your money, how you invest your money, and how you use everything that you have stored, accomplished, accumulated to this point. And I also get a sense of intuition in this little beaker with this water, right? It's like, again, with the reference to the water, that like there is just enough heart involved to help you make, again, more heart-led decisions, intuitive-led decisions, but you're going to be multiplying the money you have, the resources you have, the opportunities you have. And it's because you have worked so hard and you are very protective over what you have and you want to use it wisely. And I do feel like that's being very much shown here and will be rewarded. Now, Temperance for me is a reminder to, like, I'm hearing slow and steady wins the race. And I do feel that, you know, especially with the coin energy, right? We have the King of Coins and the 4 of Coins. The coin or the pentacle energy can take the longest to come to fruition in your 3D reality, right? So as you are learning to follow your heart, you're following your intuition, your spiritual practices are going to assist you in being patient with the process and trusting the process and trusting your path, in finding, again, that balance between your head and your heart, between being and doing, and knowing that as hard as you work, you need to take care of yourself as much as you are working, right? You need to make sure that you are going to the gym or going to yoga or, you know, getting that massage, meditating, going on nature walks, right? Allowing you to come to a grounded place within your being and learning to make sure that you are filling your own cup, you're pouring into yourself, you're giving spirit, your heart, guides, God, whatever you believe in, time to inspire you to replenish your energy reserves. And that is going to assist you in making better, more grounded decisions, actually, and also finding the patience, right, to see all of the opportunities and the investments that you are making and have made really start to grow, right? And yeah, so patience, it is going to be required. Know that just because it can take a bit of time, right, to see these pentacles grow. You are moving in the right direction by following your heart. And I do feel that it's important for you to remind yourself, right, of how much work you've already done, and that, like, I'm hearing this is not your first rodeo, that you've done this before. that you've done something new before, that you started something new before, that you've, made investments in the past that have taken a time to grow. So just remind yourself of that experience, and don't get so caught up in 3D reality that you forget that you are also a spiritual being, right? Because I do feel like that's something that has likely come up in April and is going to continue to be a reminder to you during the month of May. And then we have the Devil in reverse. I'll show it to you upright. It's a really cool card. So the Devil talks about, old thought patterns, old ways of being, obsessions, addictions, could be workaholism, right? But reverse, this is like letting go of those bad habits. Maybe again, in the past, you felt like you had to work a job you hated. You had to work at a company you hated because it paid the bills, because it looked good on paper, because it was what others expected you to do. Perhaps in roles before, you felt like you had to burn yourself out and work 24/7, or you felt like you couldn't pursue a career or a business that was heart-led, right? That was intuitive, like we're saying here, right? With following your heart. But I feel like you're letting those old stories go, Aquarius. You're taking control of them. It's like, not today, Satan. Like, sure, again, with this temperance I'm getting, that like there may be times where you start to doubt yourself and your path this month. And it's going to be really important for you to go back to those spiritual practices when you're starting to feel impatient with yourself and with the process. That you go on nature walks, that you remind yourself of how much you've grown, that like you remind yourself that things take time and to trust the process, and remind yourself too, Aquarius, as a logical, out of the box thinker, remind yourself that operating from fear or lack, or any of those lower level thoughts that come from our ego is not actually a logical place from which to make decisions from. So if you want to maintain your groundedness and your clarity, right, and you want to make decisions from a logical place, it's not going to come from anxiety and fear. 5 of Cups reversed. I'll show it to you upright. So reversed, this is giving like not crying over spilled milk. Again, if this is a new business venture, creative project, side hustle, new job, understand that there will be speed bumps. There will be times when you will spill the milk, you will spill the coffee, you will spill the water. Learn from it and move on. And I don't necessarily think that that's going to be a hard thing for you to do. I just think it's a reminder, right, that especially if you're starting something new, if you are, right, exercising these new muscles of intuition and following your heart, and maybe taking a job that like is at a company you never thought you would have worked for because it's, I don't know, a nonprofit or something like that, as an example, right? Or you're pursuing a creative project, right? Maybe as a side hustle, you decided you want to pursue your art, right? And maybe you feel like, oh man, like I sold that painting and I should have charged more, or I didn't market it right, whatever. Like everything is an opportunity to learn and to grow. There's no use crying over spilled milk. Learn the lesson and move on. 5 of Wands, pay no mind to the peanut gallery in reverse. 5 of Wands in reverse. It doesn't really matter what other people are doing, what other people are saying, or what other people are thinking, right? People who are doing more than you are never going to criticize you because they're busy. So if people have criticism, judgment, unsolicited advice, it's going to be important for you, Aquarius, to pay attention to who is that, advice, that unsolicited advice coming from. Is it somebody you would trade places with, or do they just feel the need to come in and say something, right? They feel the need to come and criticize you about something they've never done. Maybe they've been at the same job, the same company for the last 15 years, and you finally decided you were going to make a change. So they don't have any idea what it's like to start over, what it's like to pursue a creative project, a creative passion, right? Maybe they have something to say about how you could better market your art or your services, whatever you do, Aquarius. And it's like, does that person actually have any expertise, or Or are they just trying to draw you in because they want to be a part of it? Like, again, I'm getting pay no mind. Seven of Swords, because why? You have a lot of things to consider. For me, this is about you being strategic in your approach, right? Again, I do think that the way to gain clarity about any decisions you're making, whether it has to do with a new job, a new role, a new side hustle, a new creative project, is to cut out the noise and to, again, lean on those spiritual practices of meditation, of being out in nature, of walking, so that you're not just in your head and you're able to really identify those downloads, that data, that insight, that epiphany, that is actually going to be the most strategic for you in, growing your business, in, climbing the ladder, if that's what you're doing, in marketing your, your skills, your services, your products, whatever it is. I think that's why it's going to be important to, right, don't cry over spilled milk. If something doesn't go necessarily the way you wanted to, learn the lesson and move on. Don't waste your time talking to people that have no business knowing your business or giving you advice. Be very, very strategic in how you use your time, your energy, and your resources, because you don't need your mind to be cluttered at this time. You need it to be clear. And that's again going to be about you having that discernment to know what's worth your time and what's not, Aquarius. So yeah, I think this is really good energy. It feels very grounded to me. Again, right, like you're all going to be very individual. This can show up slightly differently on the timeline, right? Like I do think it's important to let y'all know when I'm doing these readings, in case the energies, come across as being influential, which they usually are. But these energies are going to manifest differently, and you have free will, right? So trust your own intuition and guidance. But this to me is like really good grounded energy. It's like taking your time, following your heart, being a good steward of the blessings, the successes, the finances that you have, learning how to be patient with yourself in the process in this new path, letting go of the past, letting go of old ways of doing things, no longer letting patterns control you, but being aware, right? Being the witness of those old stories that come into play, not allowing your inner critic to make you stay stuck on certain situations that maybe, like, in retrospect, they say hindsight is 20/20. The only way that you can learn, right, is by doing. And sometimes that means there's going to be some spilled milk, but people who really love you are going to champion this path for you. Three of Cups over the Knight of Cups, right? It's like there's going to definitely be people that are going to be really proud of you and support you and following your heart and following your intuition and taking this new path, right? I think, that's going to be really important for you this month, is to lean into the individuals that love to see you shine, love to see you grow, love to see you successful, and are actually happy for you, and are not just going to be quick to criticize you, especially if they have no business, but they actually, when you're happy, when you're excited, they're going to celebrate you. I think that that's going to really help you to know who's worth your time and energy this month, Aquarius, right? Because there are people that support you. Eight of Pentacles over this King of Coins. So yeah, you're a hard worker. You've done this in the past. You're willing to put in the work that's necessary, and people know that. And I feel like, again, you have a really good reputation for being reliable, being hardworking. And I think that, again, anytime that you question yourself, like, can I really do this? Like, think about the past, Aquarius. Think about all of the things that you've already accomplished, and have no doubt of your ability, your skill, your wisdom, and your resourcefulness, right? Like, you're not afraid of hard work. Oh, that's too many cards. All right, thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. What additional messages? Let's get one more card here for Aquarius. Okay. So over this Four of Coins, we have the Knight of Wands. So I do feel like whatever this is, that's going to be a good investment of your resources, of your money, of your time, that this is something that you're passionate about. And it's something that you're going to be able to find the motivation to do. You're going to be happy to get up every morning, even if it is hard work, because this is something you're passionate about. Again, this could be, you know, a new creative project, a side hustle, a new job, a new business venture. But I feel like that's what's going to actually help you grow your business, bring in new clients, make more money, get a raise, climb the ladder, you know, sell those products or services, is your passion for this, right? And, you know, your intuition is also guiding you in this process. You see this little eye there, right? That like it's, you're going to make money, and you're going to find stability and it's going to grow, but you're going to just like kind of know, and it's going to be not easy in the sense of not being work, but like there's just going to be this fire and this drive within you to pursue this. And then on top of Temperance, we have the Magician. And I heard you found your magic inside yourself when you decided to take time for yourself. You found the magic within yourself when you decided to take time for yourself. So I do feel like, you know, spiritual practices that you've just started or you've been investing in for the long term, that's how you remember your magic. That's how you find the tools to manifest the life of your dreams, to build the business of your dreams, right? To really bring magic into the world, into your life, into your reality is, you know, meditating is, you know, studying astrology, is learning Reiki, is, you know, praying, or, you know, if you use, there's so many different ways that you can tap into your magic. But I do feel like your spiritual practice, if it's something that you've recently started to commit to, whatever that is, this could even be like walking 30 minutes a day as a walking meditation. It doesn't necessarily have to be something so like spooky necessarily, right? It could be, I draw an oracle card for myself every morning while I'm drinking coffee. I pull tarot for myself every morning while I'm drinking coffee, and then I journal, or even I journal at night, or I'm dream journaling, right? There's so many different ways for you to tap into your magic. And I feel like you have found that within yourself, right? That there's a different level of ascension for you, because of the fact that you found a way to take that time to really remember who you are, Aquarius. So I really love that energy for you. All right, let's get a few. If this is resonating for you, Aquarius, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments. I am the Magician, and the Wheel of Fortune is turning in my favor. Say it in the comments. I am the Magician. Mercury retrograde. Shadow. I am the Magician, and the Wheel of Fortune is turning in my favor. You're shedding a new skin, right? I love this on top of the Devil reversed because of the snake on this Wheel of Fortune. It's like you finally shed the past, and the universe is turning in your favor because you realize who you are and you realize what your magic is. So I really do love this. You're shedding a new skin. The old stories don't work anymore. They're not relevant anymore. There is destiny. Ooh. Death on top of the five of cups reverse. So you're let the past die. You're allowing things to be released. You know that every beginning comes from another ending. And just because this might be the end of, you know, a career path, a job, a company, an old way of being, like I was saying, right? If you're pursuing art on the side that like maybe for a long time you didn't allow yourself to, and this is like letting go of that old fear that like you were going to be misunderstood. Could be you deciding to move on to a different career path and letting the past die, letting it go, accepting it, surrender. New beginnings, transformation. Again, like I really love these cards. The Wheel of Fortune and Death. A new beginning. where again, I do feel like your creative energy is really going to be tapped into. I'm just like really noticing that. I told you I was having tech issues, Aquarius. Mercury retrograde shadow strikes again. This has been happening to me quite a bit. In any event, okay, death card. So I do feel like, and you letting go of this past, the things that aren't working out, you just like, I feel that it's going to unlock a new creative way of you being, but also thinking and just living your life in general. That there's going to be more color, there's going to be more excitement, there's going to be more adventure. And I feel very much like you're no longer afraid of endings. You're like embracing them wholeheartedly, Aquarius. So, you know, I feel like you've done a lot, have been doing a lot of work on yourself, and you've been asking for transformation. The moon, you are learning to lean into another side of yourself that, again, I feel like maybe you hadn't really realized how intuitive you are. You're learning to embrace the unknown. Again, not allowing your fear of the unknown or your attachment to a certain outcome to stop you from being open to the magic and the possibility of what's possible. It's like, I feel like you're open to being surprised by the universe, and that's a really beautiful energy to be in, right? That you're learning to alchemize endings, you're learning to alchemize death and loss and disappointment in a way that heightens your ability to, you know, transform yourself, transform your life. And you're really learning to be okay with the things that you don't know, right? Because I do feel like you've been, again, learning what magic is all about. And some of that magic comes from the mystery of the unknown, of doing something new and like being open to see like what's going to happen, right? Letting the universe surprise you. Oh, Two of Cups on top of the Seven of Swords. So I feel like maybe this is about how, again, I do feel that connection between your heart and your intellect, but the biggest strategy, the best strategic decision you could ever make, Aquarius, is to only be around people and situations that are able to reciprocate what you bring to the table, is what I heard. The best way to make sure that you are going to be in alignment and that you are making aligned decisions and you are making the best decisions for your future, for what's possible, is to only invest in people that are going to invest in you, people that understand what it means to build trust, to build respect, to build that loyalty between you and somebody that you know is willing to be there through it all, right? That they're able to see your heart, they're able to understand your intention, and they want to contribute. So yes, this could be love related, this could be friend related, could just be, you know, business associates, again, that like they see you, they hear you, they appreciate your heart, your intellect, what you bring to the table, and only being open to those types of partnerships is a very strategic move, Aquarius. So I am really loving this energy. I hope it's resonating for you, Aquarius. If it does, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments. I am the Magician, and I am manifesting magic and abundance in all areas of my life. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to leave it there, but I'm going to close this out with a card from the Messages from the Spirits of Nature Oracle, just to tie the reading together. Again, thank you for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we have Sage, Purification. Let me just get the book. It's card 34. All right. You're in a process of purification right now, one that began some time ago. This has involved a deep purging and clearing of the negativity that has shrouded or permeated your energy field, affecting your vitality with a general feeling of malaise. Some of the clearing has been intentional, such as sorting out and releasing any relationships that have contributed to the diminished energy you were feeling. It's important to regularly purify your environment and yourself by smudging with sage or alternatively with cedar, frankincense, or Palo Santo. Clear your mental stagnation by making careful choices as to what you read, the shows you watch on television, and any other media you might consume. Although it can be challenging, consider limiting your time on computers or your phone. Purify your body with a physical cleanse. The tears you shed and will continue to shed are means of cleansing your emotional body. So make sure you allow them rather than resisting them. Introduce a new spiritual practice that truly helps you feel the presence and inspiration from spirit. You can explore many different methods of prayer, meditation, or slow mindful walking, but whatever you choose, continue the practice daily. Notice how you're feeling increasingly lighter and more positive with only occasional forays into any negativity, which you're now capable of clearing quickly. Yeah, I feel like you're able to process things more quickly, and that's going to continue if you commit to a regular daily, spiritual practice. Again, whether that's walking or meditating or journaling, that's definitely going to help you find this balance and pursue a new magical trajectory, Aquarius. So sending you lots of love. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.